So, deep breath in. So, sometimes when you're doing a 9 to 5, or you don't feel driven, or even a little lost or hurt, it's easy to forget the meaning of your being here. I was going to say importance, but that sounds egoic. But yes, you are important. So the metaphor is you are an instrument, and therefore life is a symphony. You don't need to always be making music, but yes, there needs to be an action of either blowing through the flute or talking, you know, uh, passing the bow over the strings of the violin. And that purpose gets lost. Okay. Because there doesn't seem to be a reminder or a pull forward, or there could be a little lack of luster, or it doesn't seem to be important, or so again, another metaphor would be the baby that doesn't seem to be doing anything in action. If we're thinking of a pregnancy, yet the cells dividing and growing the body is so much more than we can fathom. So by us judging our life path or our stage where we think we are, where we're not. There we go. It is actually stopping it. So we're being asked to stop judging where we are or where we're not, and to remember that we're here and we have a part to play. God does not make mistakes. You are not a mistake. You are not just a filler. And just by accepting that, okay, here we start. You might not see the worth, but your purpose could be just to smile at strangers, to inspire someone. It doesn't need to be a grand gesture. But if you can't see your worth, just know that you have a worth. Remember, the introduction. So if you can remember something you did when you were 6 or even younger, and that's a mental memory or an emotional memory, think of a purpose memory. It's somewhere. Just like a smell can take you somewhere, some music can remind you of a situation, bring into your active experience, fall onto the quantum consciousness, the memory, like the blueprint of your life purpose. And do not judge. And observe, we're calling it back in, and things are starting to shift. So imagine something like you had a dream that you were going to be a dancer or a baker or an artist, and that was something that your family or your peers weren't so excited about, and you dropped your dream. This would be the similar aspect on a higher scale. Making people happy doesn't seem like a good enough life purpose to your consciousness at one point because you were told you had to become something more, something better. So drop into your heart. To time, and this could be a mental memory, emotional one, or a spiritual one, to a time when you could remember your purpose. And this memory could be an emotion or a sensation. I'm not actually saying a memory, just a pulling on some strings. So again, your being needs to hear you are not random. You are purposeful. You are not a mistake. You are meant to be here. And you are meant to experience most of what you have to get you to a place in consciousness to be who you are meant to be. Remember, allow your body to remember, allow your spirit spirit to remember, allow your whole being to remember. Okay, so they're showing me the rocket that goes to the moon. And it's this, the lift off, all that fire and that jet propulsion is it's a strong energy to propel the rocket into the atmosphere so it can rotate the Earth. And then it seems that it doesn't use that much energy. So our life is this propulsion. It is to get us somewhere. So whether it was pain, where it was loss, whether it was disappointment or fun and games, it was not a mistake. That is the propulsion. But when you keep on believing that you need to relive the propulsion or be the propulsion to get somewhere, we are living the more dramatic aspect of our being on a longer scale than necessary. They're the condiments. They are the building blocks of our now waking up to our purpose. Okay, so it's as if, can we detach from the drama, from the story, and understand that the story was the propulsion, the engine to get us here, and that we can now just free fall, free float, whatever you want to call it. And by visiting the storyline or allowing it to stay in the body, we are resisting the cosmic pull. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to, of course, the spiritual teachings teach you are not your story. You're not even your body. You're beyond that. But so we're going to detach from that need to find meaning in the propulsion. So the example is if pain or suffering was the engine intended for you to find peace and integration, yet we stay with a story of pain, we're not allowing the story to drop away, to release what was intended for you to get to a point, but it became the reason, the meaning of your life. It is not. Okay. Again, remember some part of you. Remember there's no more fun and freedom than finding your purpose. You might have several purposes, but finding one of them or two of them and bringing them into this reality. There we go. Okay, and I just wanting you to know that it might be a personal purpose, doesn't necessarily need to be a group purpose or a savior purpose or a multiple group purpose. It could be something for yourself. And that is perfect. Okay. Just stay with the idea of waking it up, remembering. And finding your purpose might take courage or inspiration to follow the path, and maybe your conditioning has taken that away. Organize yourselves and yourselves. Like they say it's a bit like remembering a dream that you know you had it, but it's just out of reach. So relax. It's somewhere in your consciousness, somewhere. And just like that dream out of reach, you might see something during the day, or you might all of a sudden remember it. Bring into your awareness these prompts to remember what makes your heart sing. Because what should make your heart sing, if you have been polarized, if you've become too 3D or mental, or there's a program interfering, you won't feel it. It will just seem silly or inappropriate. So it's more than remembering. It's to remember that will wake up that dormant place in you that make your heart sing again. I'm so sorry that life was a little harder than you had anticipated, that you forgot your life purpose and started to deal with life's challenges as if the challenges were the life purpose. There we go. You might start to feel a pressure in the back of your head. So they're showing me that there are some like teachings, like it could be like in the Bible or some teachings, and just give yourself the permission that even though you believe them at some point, if they are no longer appropriate for where you are now, to let them go. It's as if there's a limitation because of what someone said to you in good faith, maybe in their highest alignment, but for you, it could be something that's stopping your growth, your evolution. You don't need to know what it is, just give yourself that permission to let go any doctrine, teaching, belief system that you accepted. But if it's no longer appropriate, that it may be let go of. Quantum consciousness, can you bring the purpose back on track? And can you hear it, feel it, see it, sense it? Can it come through into your awareness? Can you dream it? Okay, deep breath in